The chronicled. Can I tell you why I want to tell you about that? A lot of us don't know that this book called Bible is what is called the Chronicle Scriptures. There are so many authors who also wrote books when Isaiah and Jeremiah wrote. There are so many prophets in Israel that wrote so many things. That is why when you go to some churches like Catholic, you will see them reading, like you see their book having like Maccabees. Now there are other books there, Sirach or something. Now, but those books are not in the Bible. Now, why are some books eliminated? Some books are eliminated from the Bible because of the misinterpretation of the pointer. What I mean by pointer is in every particular season, there are spirits that are relevant. Now, you cannot make a book of a season when you are ignoring a particular spirit that is important in that season. Can I make it simple? Before Jesus came, if you look at Isaiah and the book of Moses, like the law, Genesis, Deuteronomy, they were all pointing to Jesus. Just like you're a child of God, just like some pastors, instead of directing people to Jesus, they'll be directing them to nonsense. They cannot direct people to Jesus. So when Moses came, he started directing the people to Jesus. In Deuteronomy 18:15 and 18, he said, a day will come when God will raise a prophet like me. He was talking about Jesus. When Isaiah came in 7:13 and 14, he said, a day will come when a virgin woman shall conceive and shall give birth to a child, and it shall be called Emmanuel. Now he was pointing people to Jesus. Micaiah, in Micah chapter 5 verse 2, Micah said, Ephrata in Bethlehem. Ephrata is a little city in Judea, in Bethlehem, Judah. But out of Ephrata, God will raise a governor. They were pointing. Now some people, some writers didn't point. Up till now, this afternoon, some human beings don't want to point people to Jesus, the Lion of Judah. That is why their ministry will end. In every season, there are things that are important to God. I say in every season, there are projects that are important to God. If you want God to love you, you must be busy with that project. The coming of the Lion of Judah is very, very important now. Anybody who gets busy with that project will attract the favor of God. When I said this, do you know? Excuse me. Do you know why some men love their wives? Do you know why some men love their wives? This I'm telling you is a first principle of love in every marriage. The first principle of love in every marriage. And what's the principle? The first principle of love in every marriage is for a woman to know where her husband's heart is. And then you put your heart there. You have to know where the heart of your head is. Now, when you put your heart where the heart of your husband is, he must love you. He will believe in his heart that you are a gift to him. Do you know why death came? When Adam left the garden, left Eve in the house and went to walk, instead of Eve to follow Adam to go and walk, she started discussing. Eve used her phone to chat with the serpent. when Adam was walking. What did I say she was doing? This girl spent 3 hours chatting with snake until snake through chatting corrupted her. Because she was simply lazy and distracted. Now, when a woman left the work of her husband and started chatting, when the man is walking, the next thing is quarrel. That is also how it is to God. When the heart of God is somewhere and the heart of another person who is following God is somewhere, there will be a problem. Excuse me. Sometimes my pastor will say, Daddy, I want you to love me. I say, please go and sleep. You don't beg for love. You should be worthy of love. That is why at the age of 12, Jesus went about his father's business. A man doesn't have a wife, he doesn't have children, and then you're playing with his business. The only thing he's living from, and then you're asking him to love you. How? You're joking. You're joking. If you want to be relevant in the days of God, you have to be busy with where the heart of God is. Find out where his heart is and keep your heart there. Then that will attract love. Telling a man to love you when your heart is out of his business is telling him to betray himself, and it will never happen. So it is that diversion. When people were writing things, they ignored the centripetal focus. I mean, what is called centripetal is the focus of God's interest. They became centrifugal. They started moving around. They started moving around nonsense. Excuse me, can I tell you something? One of the values that makes greatness is proper definition of purpose. If you meet a great man, it will not be difficult for you to know what he wants. What the man wants is always with him. Because that is what makes him great. It is lack of distraction that makes great. When I was leaving Kano, I know that the city of Kano will not reproduce my value. There are dragons there that can only be tamed by a eunuch. Do you know how I fight them? Do you know how I fight them? When I go to them, I told God that these dragons are very dangerous, and I will not. I told God that He will choose between them and them, because I know I don't want to leave. Even if I die, I don't care. I said, if you don't kill them, then you must take me. Then I'm the one that should die. I will tell him I don't have wife and children. So if I die, what else? But if you can't take me, then this dragon must die. Many times they will wound me up and I don't care. When I was young, they were wounding me and I didn't stop fighting them until I come to where they can no longer wound me. Why will you not be afraid? Why? What am I living for? My life, I've lost my life already. So there's no fear, it's not possible. There is nothing I can do on this earth. If it's to make God happy, nothing. This is not ocean. I'm afraid of my water and I came here to go and build a church. She will pack out. She knows that she will pack. Somebody whining like an ego pad. Want to come and fight me?
You go and save money to go and buy a pad.
I say, okay, I save Rodrigo. And this is a God to save every month. I say, God name again. Mommy, what don't save when go pad every month? Somebody say, if you go pad, you want to fight a union. Saints will be raptured by the Lion of Judah, not lamb. Why a lot of people cannot be raptured is because they believe that it is the lamb that will rapture them. And as many as believe that it is a lamb that will rapture them, they will never be raptured. Rapture is another ministry. It's another teaching. It's another people, not the church. It's not the church that will be raptured. No. It's elect saints. A called out people. A people that will come out of the church to welcome the Lion. They have a different destiny. They are not disciples of the Lamb. They are disciples of the Lion. Did you hear what I said? I said they are not what? No, they are not disciples of the Lamb. They are Lion disciples. They are not disciples of the Son of God. They are disciples of the old man, of God himself. There's a difference between the destiny of the church and the destiny of the disciples of the Lamb, of the Lion. I don't know what I'm saying. I said there's a difference between